Welcome to the Widji Show. My name is Marc Wilson, and this is the Widji Show. Today, we have a special treat. We're going to talk about how to put on your own play in your living room. That's right. You can be an internet star, or at least the star of your block, if you just put on this play. What is a play? A play is where you are going to take a main character. You're going to give him something to do or something that he she has to battle against, and then something opposing that main character with a resolution. If that seems like too complicated or not fun at all, what you can do is you can actually imitate a movie or a play that you've seen before and your siblings are familiar with. For instance, if there's a family favorite movie that you've always watched, like Finding Nemo or Frozen 2, and you want to say, okay, here's the thing. You're going to be this character, I'll be this character. We've made our parents watch this movie 10 million times, so they'll be able to participate with the songs, and we're going to make these scenes happen for our family. You take those concepts, you write them down, you figure out who's going to do what, who's going to say what, stage direction, and so on. As much detail as you can. Costumes are a must. Artwork in the background doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to just symbolize what you're going for. Then you put on the show. It'll be great no matter what. Even if you mess up, you giggle, you keep on moving, it'll be great. So you can't fail at this. Once you're done, you absolutely must bow. But we'll get to that. This is actually a two-part series, believe it or not, and this is the first part of the two-part series. So what do you do first? How do you get started? It's so intimidating. First thing you're going to do, what you want to do is get your people together. Whoever is helping write the movie/show. And you're going to sit down and figure out the main characters and the plot. I'm pretending that these bullets are going to come up. I don't think we have the budget for that. But you're going to sit down with a piece of paper and something to write with and write out who the main characters are going to be and then what the plot is going to be. As soon as you figure out what the story is, you can then assign names to the characters. Don't get into arguments over who gets to be who. There is some give and take here, okay? But you're going to assign the parts. Then you learn the story and you learn what you're going to do with that story. Again, you're going to see what is the main character's name and what are they trying to do or what is against them. And then what is that resolution? Or, again, pick your favorite part of the movie. Next thing you're going to do is get permission from your parents to put on this play. And you're going to need permission because you're going to have to set up your stage. Very important to have your stage. And a stage can be anything, like a living room. And all you need is a big area, and you need places for the audience to sit. That's all you need for a stage. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what actually happens on the stage. But before we do, pre-production, we're going to write out not only the plot, not only the main characters, but also the stage direction. What kind of scenery do you need? Who's going to go where? And then you're going to rehearse. Now, I know, rehearse sounds a little bit like school, right? You got to study, kind of be willing to mess up a little bit, maybe even have an argument or two over what creative differences that you have and what is actually going to be best for the show. But at the end of it, what you'll have is a better production than if you were to jump up and try to do it in front of people, because that can be embarrassing, it can be awkward, and may not be YouTube worthy or even worthy to send out to your family once your parents record it with their phone for forever. So, again, name of the play or movie that you're doing, characters listed, what's the plot, who's going to do what is your cast, and what are they going to do, stage directions and setup of what you'll want to do with this one scene play, and rehearse. After you have everything done, before you actually put on the play, you're going to want to construct some things. You're going to need props. This can be anything. I mean, don't think high budget of you need to go and buy Thor's hammer. You don't need to do that, but you need to find something that you can put something else onto, so it's a prop that looks a little like what you're going for. Do not spend any money on this. You can also use cardboard if you have access to cardboard. Recycled goods are good for that. Tape, get permission, and build your own props. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be enough that you can tell what it's supposed to be, and have fun with that. Get the props together. Scene design as elaborate as you can. If you have the means of having tall people, having those people hold a curtain or a sheet in front of the set as the audience is getting together, that's cool. If that's not in your budget, don't worry about it. It's not a game changer. But that's kind of fun to have, a curtain if you can do that. And lighting. Lighting's important because, again, your parents are going to record this, and you want to make sure you have good light. Lamps are good if the shade is off. Sunlight is also the best ever, but just maybe test it out a little bit. Make sure you have good light. So those are all pre-production ideas. I'm sure there's other things, and if you're really into this, feel free to experiment with it and really go deep into it. And if I forgot something, please respond below on what we can add next time. So that's part 1 of 2. Part 1 being pre-production. Have a ball, and thanks for watching The Widji Show. We'll see you in a little bit.